Captain Alex Kane had flown countless missions in his career, but none quite like this. The SS Horizon glided through the deep void, stars twinkling like distant diamonds scattered across a black canvas. He enjoyed moments like this when the hum of the ship's engine became a soothing background to his thoughts. But on this particular voyage, unease gnawed at him. "Captain, are you picking this up?" Ensign Claire Thompson's voice crackled over the intercom, pulled him from his reverie. "What is it, Claire?" Alex responded, his brow furrowing as he shifted his attention to the control panel. "Strange energy readings ahead. It's fluctuating like nothing I've seen before. Could it be a pulsar or a solar flare?" Alex asked as he motioned to Claire to adjust the sensors. "Not exactly, it's something else entirely. I recommend a closer look." "Understood. Let's get a visual." The starship moved closer, creeping through the darkness until a massive structure loomed ahead. Its surface shimmered ominously, reflecting erratic patterns of light. "What the hell is that?" Alex muttered under his breath. "Not sure, sir," Claire replied, eyes wide. "But it looks like we're about to find out." "Steady as she goes. Prepare for evasive maneuvers," he barked, gripping the controls tighter as the ship shuddered unexpectedly. Suddenly, a blinding light burst from the alien vessel, enveloping the horizon in a dazzling glow. Alex's breath caught in his throat as alarms blared, warning lights flickering frantically. The ship lost power, and everything went dark. "Report." Alex's voice broke through the chaos. "Critical failure in the engines. We're going down," Claire shouted, her fingers flying over her console. Before the ship could react, there was a dull thud, and the horizon was propelled back, spiraling into the unknown. Through the haze of consciousness, Alex blinked hard. The light around him felt overwhelming, but slowly, he managed to push himself upright. He surveyed the damage. "Claire," he called out, voice hoarse. "Here, sir." Claire's voice filtered through the smoky air, even as he spotted her scrambling toward him. "Status?" he asked, shaking off the disorientation. "Minor injuries, structural damage, but we're alive. We crashed on some sort of planet." She gestured toward the viewport where emerald trees vibrated gently in the breeze under a deep indigo sky. "Looks like we've landed in the middle of nowhere," Alex said, trying to assess their surroundings. "We need to figure out where we are and if there are any survivors." Claire nodded. "I'll check the ship systems, but I think the comms are down." "Great. Let's check the perimeter then. Stay close." They exited the ship, stepping onto what felt like soft, springy grass underfoot. The air was dense with the scent of unfamiliar flowers, and the distant sounds of wildlife hummed around them. "How far do you think we are from the crash site?" Claire asked, taking a cautious step forward. "Hard to say. We should stay close and keep an eye out for any signs of civilization," Alex replied. "We might also run into whatever crew was aboard that alien ship." "Right," Claire remarked, glancing around nervously. "You think they could be hostile?" "Let's hope not. We need to keep a low profile until we know more." They ventured deeper into the alien landscape, sharing speculations about what had happened. After a few minutes of searching, they stumbled upon eerie ruins, overgrown with strange, luminescent vines. "Wow," Claire breathed, advancing to touch one of the strange plants. "This must have been a thriving city at one point." "Or a graveyard," Alex replied, his mood darkening. "Let's not linger too long. We don't know what else might be lurking here." Suddenly, a rustling sound emanated from the shadows, capturing their attention. Alex raised his hand, motioning for Claire to stay quiet. "Who's there?" he shouted, bracing himself as he spotted movement. A figure emerged, a tall, elegant being with shimmering skin that seemed to meld with the surroundings. Elira, as she introduced herself, radiated an intrigue that sent a shiver down Alex's spine. "Easy, stranger," Alex called out, attempting to keep his voice firm. "We mean no harm." The being eyed them cautiously, her silver hair cascading like liquid metal. "You come from the stars," she said, her melodic voice echoing with an uncanny sense of familiarity. "But your ship faltered." "It did," Alex declared, trying to assess whether to reach out to her or keep his distance. "What are you doing here?" Elira asked, curiously tilting her head, the smooth elegance of her features betraying no hostile intent. "We crashed. We need to understand where we are," Alex replied. "Can you help us?" Elira's eyes flickered as if weighing his words. You carry a spirit of determination. But your people have not always been kind to ours. Claire shot Alex a glance before asking, what do you mean by that? This world has seen many battles, Elira began, stepping closer. But combat is not always the answer. I want to show you what this land is truly like. Alex exchanged a look with Claire, both apprehensive and curious. Lead the way, he said, stepping forward. As they began to walk together, Elira spoke of her home, stories rich with history, deep mysteries, and a culture filled with harmony and art. The more she spoke, the clearer it became that they weren't just stuck on a foreign planet but had an opportunity to learn something invaluable. What's your people's name? Claire inquired, trying to draw Elira into deeper conversation. We are the Celestials, Elira replied, her voice laced with pride. Many come seeking knowledge, yet few learn our ways. And what's it that we need to learn? Alex asked, trying to navigate the treacherous waters of their rhetoric. That actions speak louder than words, Elira answered, her gaze fierce yet gentle. It is a lesson more potent than any battle. As they ventured further, the first glimmers of a budding alliance began to form. The planet, once alien and foreboding, transformed into a fortress of possibility. Together, under the sprawling cosmic tapestry above, they embarked on a journey that could reshape their worlds. I hope you're ready for this, Claire, Alex murmured, aware that they were crossing an invisible threshold. We'll go wherever this leads us, Captain, she replied, determination flashing in her eyes. With Elira at their side, they pressed on, ready to embrace the unknown. Chapter 2, A Fragile Understanding. As they walked through the vibrant underbrush, the canopy above filtered the sunlight, casting enchanting shadows that danced along the path. Elira moved gracefully, her striking presence illuminating the alien terrain. Alex and Claire followed closely, their senses heightened, absorbing everything around them. What kind of place is this? Alex asked, trying to break the silence. It's beautiful, but it feels alive. It is, Elira replied, glancing back at him. Our world breathes, it reacts to our presence. Each plant and creature has a role to play. You mean like an ecosystem? Claire ventured, intrigued. More than that, Elira explained. We are interconnected. Pain, joy, and learning, all these emotions affect the world around us. That's a perspective we often overlook, Alex murmured, reflecting on humanity's tendency to exploit rather than coexist. As they walked, Elira led them to an open glade filled with iridescent flowers that flickered like stars. This is where we celebrate life. What do you mean by celebrate? Claire asked, gathering the courage to engage further. There are moments of joy, remembrance, and unity, Elira replied, pulling some flowers from the ground effortlessly. Join me. Before they could respond, she twirled, scattering flower petals into the air. The vibrant colors glided through the sunlight, creating a mesmerizing display. Claire's laughter broke their initial anxiety, and she joined in, mimicking Elira's movements. Come on, Alex. Claire called, her eyes sparkling. Don't be dull. Reluctantly, Alex chuckled and joined them. He twirled with Claire, awkward but willing, and soon found himself laughing at the absurdity of it all. This is ridiculous, he exclaimed, breathless from laughter. But it feels good. It does, Elira agreed, glowing with joy. This is how we refresh our spirits. It may seem trivial, but it strengthens our connection. Tell me about your people, Alex encouraged, still trying to grasp the essence of this unique civilization. Elira's expression shifted to one of reverence. We are keepers of knowledge. In our culture, stories are not simply tales but lessons woven into our existence. Each generation tells the next, building on shared experiences. Sounds like we're more similar than I thought, Alex said, reflecting on Earth's rich tapestry of history and lore. Indeed, Elira replied with a knowing smile. But you believe in division, fear, and conflict. What do you mean? Claire questioned, her brow furrowing. We've had our share of peace. Peace is fleeting if not nurtured, Elira explained gently. The desire for control often invades your choices. The scars of your history remain, they shape your perspective. Alex felt a pang of discomfort. We've made progress. Not every human seeks domination or animosity. You must show them, Elira insisted, locking eyes with him. You have the potential to bridge the gap between our worlds. Show who? Claire asked, glancing between them. Your people, Elira replied. To change perceptions, to unite. But how? Alex asked, bewildered. We're not diplomats. We're explorers and soldiers. Your actions will speak louder, Elira said firmly. Work together, focus on understanding rather than fighting. Right, but it's easier said than done, Alex muttered, wrestling with disbelief. How do we even begin? Elira moved closer, her demeanor shifting to one of calm authority. You start by learning about each other. You will become ambassadors for your kind, a living testimony of unity. If you think that's simple, you've got another thing coming, Claire said, joking but with an edge of seriousness. Elira responded with a soft laugh, her eyes sparkling again. You embrace humor in the face of adversity. This is good. Laughter is a powerful tool. Then let's create something, Alex proposed, his mind reeling with ideas. We could hold a gathering, a demonstration of what our cultures offer. Show that understanding can overcome fear. That's ambitious, Claire cautioned, her tone skeptical but curious. Ambition is often the first step to change, Elira reminded them. But you must be aligned. If you wish to present a united front, you need to know one another first. Okay, how do we start? Alex asked, determination igniting. We'll share skills, Elira suggested. You will teach us your technology, and we will show you art, philosophy, and healing. Can we build something, like a memorial or a representation of our cultures? Claire added, her eyes alight with excitement. Yes, Elira responded, admiration reflected in her gaze. A monument to unity would symbolize our truce. It can hold wisdom for future generations. Right, let's get to it, Alex said, energized by the vision. Over the next few days, the trio worked diligently, combining their different talents. Alex demonstrated the advanced components of their technology while Elira revealed the intricate beauty of celestial artistry, showing them how to shape sculptures from the vibrant metals of the land. Your alloys are magnificent, Alex said, studying the lustrous materials. We could create something truly remarkable. Wait until you see this, Claire chimed in, her hands deftly working with the tools Alex had crafted from the debris of their ship. I was never artistic, but I think I'm beginning to catch on. Your enthusiasm is inspiring, Elira observed, delighting in Claire's eagerness. Days turned into a weeks-long flurry of creativity. The glade transformed into a workshop filled with laughter, shared stories, and miniature prototypes of their monument. One day, as they worked together, Alex turned to Elira. You know what? I didn't think we could achieve anything like this, but I'm starting to believe we can. Elira smiled warmly. Your belief is the seed that flowers into action. Now, let's refine this design. As the sun set one evening, casting golden hues across the glade, they paused to admire their progress. The monument stood as a testament to their efforts, a symbol of unity crafted from both human and celestial elements. We did this together, Claire said, beaming with pride. Yes, and we have only just begun, Elira replied, a glimmer of hope in her eyes. Alex glanced at his friends and the creation they had forged. We'll show them what is possible, not through grand speeches, but through our hands and hearts. The three stood together, a bridge forming between their worlds. In that moment, they knew they were embarking on something much larger than themselves. A journey toward understanding, unity, and life beyond mere survival. They would show the galaxies what it meant to truly connect. Chapter 3. The Echoes of Home. The sun bathed the glade in a warm golden hue, creating a tranquil atmosphere as the trio prepared for their next steps. With the monument nearly complete, anticipation crackled in the air. They gathered around their creation, a blend of vibrant celestial materials and the sleek technology Alex had salvaged from the horizon. This looks incredible, Claire said, stepping back to admire their handiwork. It's like it's alive. The colors almost seem to pulse, Elira added, her eyes widening with fascination. It reflects our essence well, but we need to ensure it carries our message. What message should we send? Alex asked, looking at each of them for input. A celebration of unity, a testament that collaboration is our future and not conflict, Elira suggested, nodding fervently. Our priority is to express what we have learned from one another. Sounds straightforward enough, Alex replied, scratching his chin. But we need a way for others to understand its significance. What about including symbols from both our cultures? Claire proposed. We could carve them into the base. Great idea, Elira exclaimed. What symbols do you believe represent humanity best? Maybe a dove for peace? Alex suggested. And a globe, to remind everyone of the vast world we share. Excellent, Elira said, her smile brightening. For us, perhaps the starflower represents connection, how we transcend distance and differences. Starflower it is, Claire said, marking the designs in the soil. Let's get to work. They devoted the following days to refining their creation and carving their chosen symbols. Guided by Elira's artistry, Claire and Alex discovered a new rhythm while working side by side. Carving is a powerful way to express feelings, Elira explained, encouraging Alex as he tentatively approached the task. Feel the energy of your message flow through your hands. I'm trying, but it's not as easy as it looks, Alex replied, focusing intently on etching the dove. How about you give it a shot? Perhaps after you feel a stronger connection, Elira encouraged, observing his every movement. It requires more than skill, it's about conveying emotion. Alex sighed but nodded. Okay, let's channel some emotion into this. But just as they were making progress, Claire broke the concentration. Hey, while we're at it, can we agree to break for a moment? I could use some food. I can forage. Elira chimed in, offering a bright smile. There are plenty of edibles nearby. You'll love the flavors. Great, Claire said, visibly excited. I'd like to try something new. Try not to eat anything weird. Alex joked, grinning as Elira led Claire into the forest. As the two wandered off, Alex stood alone at the monument, feeling a wave of determination wash over him. This is really happening, he murmured to himself. We're creating something meaningful. After some time, Claire returned, her hands filled with colorful fruits and small plants. Look at these. They're amazing, she exclaimed, laying them out for Alex's inspection. And Elira won't stop talking about them. Good, Alex chuckled. Let's see who can make the best dish. Are you sure you want to challenge a celestial in cooking? Claire teased. Watch me, he replied, a confident glint in his eyes. As they prepared their meal together, laughter filled the air. Claire slapped Alex playfully with a handful of leaves. You call that cooking? It looks like a disaster on a plate. Just wait and see, Alex challenged, feigning offense. I'll show you a real human delicacy. The aroma of simmering ingredients soon enveloped the glade. Elira returned, observing them with amusement. What is happening here? Alex claims he is an expert chef, Claire teased, glancing at Alex with a smile. Only because you're understating my skills. Alex defended himself, feigning indignation as they all shared a laugh. Elira approached their makeshift kitchen, her curiosity piqued. May I assist you? Absolutely. Alex replied, eager to involve her. We could use some celestial flair in this dish. With Elira's expert touch, they combined their efforts, creating a vibrant blend of colors and flavors. The meal transcended the simple elements they'd gathered, becoming a representation of their collaboration. When it was finally ready, Alex set the plate down, beaming. Behold our creation. Food made from the fruits of understanding. Looks amazing. I can't wait to try it, Claire said, taking a seat on the grass. Elira approached carefully and took a bite. Her eyes widened and she smiled broadly. This is delightful. You have a knack for combining flavors. I can cook. Alex grinned. Finally, some recognition. As they enjoyed their meal, the atmosphere shifted from playful banter to deeper conversations. Has the conflict between our worlds always been this severe? Claire asked, breaking the silence. The struggle has persisted for many cycles, Elira replied, her voice becoming more serious. But not everyone desires war. There are those who understand the importance of unity. Are they the minority? Alex pressed, leaning in. Perhaps, Elira said thoughtfully. Speaking about peace is easy, acting on it requires much more courage. Trust has been broken many times. We've faced similar challenges, Alex admitted, feeling a shared weight of responsibility. But every day, individuals make choices that steer us in either direction. Exactly, Claire said, her enthusiasm returning. Every little effort counts. Then we must lead by example, Elira affirmed. Our monument should not just be a symbol, it should ignite conversations. Agreed, Alex replied, fueled with newfound determination. Let's spread the word, not just between our groups but to everyone. If we can hold an event for our people to see and feel our connection, we could create a cascade of change. Claire suggested. We should invite others, celestials and humans alike, Elira added, her vibrant spirit infusing the group with energy. Let them experience our work firsthand. Let's plan it out. Alex said, a fire sparking within him. They work tea. He symbols for humanity. Ready? Claire asked, her voice thick with anticipation. Let's make it count, Elira said firmly. Working in concert, their chisels echoed in harmony, carving ideas into reality. Every stroke represented more than just images, it embodied their hopes for a united future. From their combined laughter and shared aspirations, Alex sensed that this moment was just the beginning of something profoundly meaningful. As they shaped their world anew, he realized they weren't just building a monument, they were fostering a new legacy. This is just the start, isn't it? Claire whispered as they stepped back to scrutinize their work. Indeed it is, Elira agreed, glancing between them. Together, we'll unravel the threads of misunderstanding. I'm glad we took that chance, Alex told them, infusing his words with sincerity. Together, we can achieve so much more. They shared a moment of silent connection, their spirits interwoven as they stood among the creations of their hands, firm in the belief that unity could rewrite their future. Chapter 4, The Test of Unity. The day of the gathering arrived, the air buzzing with anticipation. Alex, Claire, and Elira stood in the vibrant glade, the newly crafted monument glistening in the sunlight. It was a fusion of human ingenuity and celestial artistry, radiating the essence of collaboration. Are you guys ready? Alex asked, wiping his brow and adjusting his uniform. I'm as ready as I can be, Claire replied, adjusting her sleeves and trying to appear composed. But what if they don't understand? They will, Alex reassured her. We've put everything into this. Our hard work speaks for itself. Elira turned to them both, her eyes bright with purpose. Remember, your willingness to open your hearts is essential. If you approach with sincerity, they will listen. Right, Claire said, her confidence bolstered. Let's do this together. As the first guests began arriving, both celestials glowing with luminous energy and humans dressed in varied attire, the glade transformed into a lively convergence of worlds. Claire quickly darted to the entrance, ready to greet everyone. Welcome. Please come in, she called out, beaming with enthusiasm. Alex remained by the monument, watching people gather. Lights and laughter filled the atmosphere as people engaged in animated conversations. Look at them, he exclaimed, turning to Elira, who stood beside him. It's working. Yes, it is, Elira replied, her voice filled with excitement. But we must nurture this moment. Allow everyone to feel what we have created. As the crowd settled, Alex stepped forward, feeling the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. Dear friends, welcome, he began, his voice steady. Today we celebrate unity. This monument, a blend of our cultures, symbolizes our shared journey toward understanding. A quiet murmur rippled through the crowd. Alex took a breath, feeling the tension in the air. What we've experienced here, working side by side, has shown us that there is more that connects us than divides us. And we want you to experience that connection, Claire added, stepping beside him. So we've prepared some activities. You'll be able to learn from one another while enjoying the festivities. What kind of activities? A human voice called out from the back. Today, you'll find various stations. Claire called enthusiastically. Art, cooking, storytelling, a chance to engage with each other and share knowledge. Let's explore. Elira exclaimed, her excitement contagious. Together, we will create a seamless experience. As the crowd dispersed to visit the stations, Alex and Claire exchanged glances filled with a mix of anxiety and hope. Are you worried? Claire asked, reading Alex's expression. Just hopeful, he confessed, watching the conversations bloom. I want them to really connect. Then let's go make our rounds. We need to lead by example, Claire said, nudging him. They decided to check on the cooking station first, where celestials and humans collaborated under the shade of trees. A celestial named Zai was showing a human named Mark how to prepare a traditional celestial dish. Slice with the rhythm of the song. Zai instructed, her voice melodic. Let the ingredients guide you. Like this? Mark asked, holding up a knife uncertainly. More feeling. Zai encouraged, dancing slightly. Channel the spirit of the food. Claire leaned to Alex and whispered, this is what it's all about. Absolutely, Alex agreed, raising his voice to join in the new pair of cooks. Sounds like Zai knows how to combine skills. How's it going over here? Like a symphony. Zai said, laughter bubbling in her voice. Mark has the potential to be a great chef. I'm just trying to keep up with you. Mark laughed, glancing at Zai with admiration. Let me try. Alex said, stepping in. He picked up a knife and attempted to imitate Zai's motions. Like this. Zai giggled. Better. You feel the rhythm. The group laughed and began to collaborate, sharing stories of their respective favorite dishes while preparing their first experimental meal together. Could you teach us how to cook human food next? Zai asked Mark eagerly. Of course. Mark replied. We'll make a whole buffet next time. Just then, a shout came from across the glade. Hey, what's happening over there? Alex turned to see Elira gathering a small group of spectators watching as Claire attempted to create a mural on the amphory they had prepared. What's going on? She called out, gesturing for everyone to join. We're working on a mural that represents our journey together. Claire said excitedly. Come help. With everyone involved, colors flew through the air, laughter mingling with the creative efforts. Elira spoke passionately, guiding individuals on how colors could express emotion and community, while Claire encouraged everyone to share their stories as each stroke filled the canvas. Several people from both sides grabbed brushes and painted side by side, merging celestial designs with human symbols. "This is amazing!" a human named Emily exclaimed, her eyes gleaming. "I never would have imagined this blend could turn out so beautifully." "See," Claire smiled, alternating between brush strokes and fostering dialogue. "We're capable of this if we just allow ourselves to connect." Soon, the mural was alive with layered images reflecting shared stories. "Let's take a step back," Alex announced, encouraging everyone to admire their work together. "This is incredible." "Indeed," Elira said, stepping back to study their creation. "You all have contributed pieces of yourselves." "What's next?" someone from the crowd asked. "Keep exploring," Claire encouraged. "Head over to storytelling. We've got fascinating tales to exchange there, too." "Let's try," Zai declared, her voice sparkling with excitement. "I have stories to share." As they drifted toward the storytelling circle, the energy shifted from painting to the power of words. Children gathered close, resting against their parents and eagerly awaiting the first tale. Alex watched Elira as she took center stage, her eyes shimmering with enthusiasm. "I would like to start," she said warmly, addressing the audience. "In my culture, we learn from the light and the shadows, the balance we share." As she spoke, her melodic voice transported everyone into a world of wonder. Alex marveled at how her words wove a narrative that bridged their experiences together. "Fascinating," someone chimed in from the group. "Do you have more like this?" "Yes, many," Elira smiled. "But I also want to hear your stories." As the session continued, humans and celestials took turns sharing their lore. Each story carried lessons, laughter, and vulnerability, drawing more connections between the people. Once the session wrapped up, Claire stood up on a rock, excitement spilling out of her. "What do you guys think of today? Did you enjoy it?" "Yes," Zai shouted, beaming. "Thank you for sharing your world." "It was a revelation," Alex said, addressing the gathered crowd. "By connecting through stories, we understand that we're all looking for the same things: connection, knowledge, and friendship." As people cheered, Claire's eyes sparkled. "Let's keep this momentum going. Make this gathering the first of many." Gradually, the crowd buzzed with enthusiasm. "Are you offering us a continual collaboration?" a celestial replied, disbelief mixed with excitement. "We absolutely are," Alex declared, his voice booming. "It's time for us to move forward together." As the sun began to set, casting enchanting shadows over the glade, a sense of unity enveloped the gathering. An evening filled with laughter and voices echoed across distances. The connections they fostered today ignited potential futures, intertwining their separate paths into a cohesive journey. For that moment, everything felt right. Alex, Claire, and Elira stood together, watching as the two worlds began to intertwine in front of their eyes. They realized they were building more than a monument. They were sculpting a brighter path for both civilizations. "Look at this," Claire whispered, her voice barely above a murmur. "We're really doing it." "We are," Alex confirmed, glancing at Elira with a grateful smile. "Let's shape our world together," Elira said softly, determination radiating from her. As the first stars began to appear in the night sky, the gatherings continued, binding them together as they all took steps toward a promising future. Chapter 5: The Power of Connection. The sunlight filtered through the trees the next morning, illuminating the glade where they had come together the day before. The laughter and joy of the previous day still resonated in the air, giving everyone a sense of excitement for what was to come. Alex, Claire, and Elira gathered early, eager to build on their successes from the gathering. "Today, let's reflect on what we learned," Alex suggested, his hands resting on the monument they created. "We've made significant progress, but we need to solidify what we want to achieve moving forward." "I agree," Claire added, stretching her arms. "Let's make a plan. We need to think about how we can engage our communities regularly and keep this momentum going." "I can lead the outreach to our people," Elira offered, her voice steady and filled with purpose. I want to share our experiences and invite them to participate in this exchange. Perfect, Alex replied, feeling energized. What do you think we can do to present this idea to your leaders? Elira considered this. I will prepare a presentation detailing yesterday's events and how unity served us. But I will need your support. You both must share your perspectives on human interactions. I can do that, Claire said enthusiastically. I have a few stories from Earth that could highlight the positive changes we make when we unite. Those experiences will resonate with others, Alex added with a grin. Let's begin our brainstorm. If we collaborate effectively, we'll create something powerful for our presentation. With newfound determination, they settled around a large log, sketching ideas in the dirt with sticks. The possibilities began to flow, each suggestion building upon the previous one. What if we could create a joint cultural festival? Claire proposed, her eyes sparkling. It can feature food, games, and crafts from both civilizations. That's brilliant, Elira exclaimed, her enthusiasm infectious. It will serve as a showcase for our collaborative spirit. Maybe we can even involve our children? Alex responded, nodding thoughtfully. They'll bring a fresh perspective and energy. They can help spread the word, too, making it more appealing to families. Yes, the younger generations can lead the way, Claire affirmed. They embody the spirit of the future. As they continued to build upon these ideas, the trio's excitement rose. They each contributed sketches, ideas for activities, symbols, and stories to share. It was as if they were weaving a tapestry that symbolized their shared values and aspirations. What about a skill swap booth? Claire suggested, her brows furrowed in deep thought. Participants could teach each other something, like a traditional dance or cooking technique. I love that idea, Elira said, her voice brimming with excitement. Your skills are just as valuable as ours. Sharing those will remind everyone that we all have something beneficial to offer. As the ideas broadened, they mapped out more collaborative opportunities. They shifted back and forth, weaving in laughter and excitement until it became a tapestry of possibility. Okay, let's take a break, Alex said, leaning back against the log. I need to let my brain cool down for a minute. Good idea, Claire replied. Let's grab some water. Actually, Elira interjected, tilting her head and smiling. I have an idea. Let's gather some of the fruits from yesterday. I want to share a favorite recipe from my culture with you both. Count me in, Claire exclaimed, hopping to her feet. I'm always ready for food. They set off together into the underbrush, Elira guiding them toward flourishing trees and colorful plants. As they walked, the camaraderie among them deepened. Is your world always this vibrant? Alex asked, admiring the kaleidoscope of colors. Much of it is, Elira replied. However, seasonal changes bring different shades and textures. Interesting, Claire remarked. Back home, we celebrate seasons differently. Each one carries its traditions, like festivals for the harvest or winter solstice. You celebrate the cycles of life, Elira noted. That's powerful. It connects people to rhythm. As they gathered ripe fruit and ingredients, Elira described how her people used food in social ceremonies, emphasizing the connections made around shared meals. Food is a medium of connection, she explained. It's how we come together to understand one another. The three returned to the glade, laughter trailing behind them. Elira grabbed some tools she had prepared earlier. Now let me show you how to make celatarian fruit bowls. What do we do? Claire asked in anticipation. Firstly, we must wash the fruits. Then we slice them and bring out the flavors, Elira instructed, demonstrating her skillful technique. Alex watched intently, eager to learn her methods. This looks fantastic already. It's so colorful. Exactly. Color is essential in our food, just as it is in our lives, Elira said, her eyes bright with passion. Each ingredient holds significance. They worked together, slicing, mixing, and laughing. Claire grabbed some colorful petals from outside the glade to garnish the bowls. Let's make them beautiful, Claire declared, her artistic instincts shining through. Now we're talking, Alex exclaimed, eyes surveying their shared creation. This looks delicious. Once finished, they sat together on the grass, admiring their colorful fruit bowls. Elira served everyone a portion and they dug in eagerly. Wow, Elira, this is incredible, Claire commented, her mouth full of vibrant flavors. Delightful, Alex echoed, savoring the combination of tastes. You truly have a gift for this. Thank you, Elira replied, pleased. This is just a glimpse of what we can create together. As they finished, Alex leaned back, feeling a sense of fulfillment. You know, working on the event and connecting through these small acts is just as vital. This food brings us closer, and that's the kind of spirit we need to share with others. I think you're right, Claire said, nodding eagerly. That's going to be crucial for the gathering. Let's not forget to incorporate storytelling at the event, Elira interjected. Sharing our experiences through food, art, and conversation will enhance our connections. I'll prepare a section for open sharing, Alex suggested, already brainstorming how to create a welcoming atmosphere. People can take turns sharing stories or lessons that shaped their lives. That sounds great, Claire added enthusiastically. Imagine how inspiring that would be. With both celestial and human tales interwoven, we'll create something magical. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, they felt the weight of their work and the emotions behind it, the joy, the hopes, the dreams shared in laughter and good company. Let's finish our presentation today, Alex urged them onward, the taste of their delicious meal lingering on their lips. We're making something special here. With renewed energy, they resumed their brainstorming session filled with possibilities. The glade buzzed with ideas, and as they contributed thoughts, the outline of their event began to take shape. Are we ready to present this to our leaders tomorrow? Elira asked, glancing at each of them. Yes, Claire affirmed, determination shining in her eyes. Let's make it happen, Alex added, feeling an undeniable connection among them. With excitement bubbling, they continued working into the evening, combining their talents and dreams. The experience of creating together only deepened their bond, proving that unity bore fruits far beyond mere words. As night fell and stars twinkled above them, the three stood shoulder to shoulder, gazing at the monument illuminating in the moonlight. We've shown that we can overcome our past and shape our future, Elira said quietly. A simple truth connected them, a promise for tomorrow, a future filled with collaboration, friendship, and connection. Together, they stepped forward into the unknown, prepared to embrace whatever came next.